Namaste everybody. Welcome to your Vinyasa class for today. May it be a good morning, good afternoon or good evening to you. I hope you're ready to flow today. I hope you're ready to find a different level of fire, a different level of something new, and maybe just something a little bit more dreamy and lush at the end of it. Whatever that may be for you, whatever that may manifest for you, I hope that it comes your way. So today I want to speak a little bit about synchronicity, and I think in the times we've lived from birth to now, we've experienced certain synchronicities, and we look at it from a physical perspective, from how things come into our sphere and how they change and how they connect. And sometimes I think we forget about the way in which synchronicity aligns to how we find our path, because sometimes those bad decisions that we allow ourselves to judge, because I think the term in itself, bad decisions, literally allows us to place this amount of emotion towards it. And looking at this point right now, in this moment, everything has led up to this moment that you're at right now. And be it the good ones and the bad ones. But in reality, it was a whole synchronicity of events, activities, memories that were created so we could get to this point. So I just want to focus a little bit on that within our practice today. How do we stretch that synchronicity to the point where we remove ourselves from understanding that it was the good and the bad, and take it from there to a point of we've moved it to a space of peace, a space of tranquility, and a space of flow, because to be in synchronization, there's a flow that comes through within us, around us. So as we move through our practice today, just drawing our attention to the synchronicity of where we are. I know we allow our synchronicity to flow through our movements and our breath, but imagining how we start our practice today and taking that moment to acknowledge that this is where we started off in this life as a little baby, and by the time we release ourselves into our final posture in Shavasana, coming into our final form of this moment, and drawing into that whole synchronistic lineage of our lifetime. I know it's a lot to take in, I know it's a lot to allow ourselves to simply flow into, but we are capable, we are free, and we are full of life. So today, may it flow, may it be, and may it be full of synchronicity. So just slowly coming into a nice seated posture, just getting comfortable. As you start to hone into this beautiful space, this beautiful sanctuary you've created for yourself, allowing yourself to draw into the elements around. And you slowly start to feel drawing all the way from your head, all the way down throughout your body, towards your toes, acknowledging without judging. As you draw in a deep inhale, just sign it all out. Inhale. And release it all out. Last cleansing breath. Deep inhalation. And sighing it all out. Slowly drawing your hands to heart center. We're going to open up with a chant and a chant of Om thereafter. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavati Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale, form. Namaste and welcome to your Vinyasa class today. I hope it's filled with all that it is meant to be, all that it will be, and everything else and more that it will flow for it to be. Okay, so we start off in child's pose, so coming into Bakasana. Slowly extending your knees out to the outer edges of the mat. Slowly releasing your torso down, extending your hands forward. Releasing your forehead down towards the mat. Slowly starting to feel that stretch, drawing all the way from your hands all the way towards your spine, through your spine, and all the way down towards the end of your spine. Just taking a moment to acknowledge the synchronicity of you being the most magical being that you are, that you started in a beautiful space, your inner child, your inner being. Drawing slowly into that moment that you came into this earth. Imagining all the magical moments that led up to this moment, to the start of your life. We're holding here for a couple more breath cycles. Slowly on your next inhale, coming up onto all fours. Just making sure that your fingers are spread out wide, knees hip distance apart. Just making sure that your feet are tucked away behind your knees so that you can't see them. We're going to roll through some cat-cow. From neutral, inhale, drawing all the way up, drawing the belly down towards the mat. Exhale, release. Drawing all the way up, allowing your gaze to fall down towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Just flowing through this 2 more times. Next inhale, coming back to neutral. And just shaking out what you need to. Finding a little bit of extra movement in your body. Just an extra stretch. From here, I'd like you to step right foot to the outer edge of the mat, left foot to the outer edge of the mat. As we come into Malasana, so connecting your elbows into your knees, finding length through your spine. We're going to hold here for the rest of the class. And someone's going to come and deliver us some Oreos in the meantime, so we can look at them and just allow ourselves to enjoy this moment. I know you know I'm kidding. We're going to hold here for 3 more. Just finding more length. Drawing into your ujjayi breathing. And slowly on your next exhalation, drawing your hands behind you. And slowly releasing your buttocks down to the earth. Extending your feet forward. And you come into Paschimottanasana. So inhale, both those arms all the way up, finding length through your spine. Exhale, bending through those hips, releasing forward. Just allowing your hands to take you to where they can right now. Be it your knees, shins, or your feet. Just making sure that they're activated. Drawing them up towards the sky. Holding here for 3 more. One more breath cycle. And your next inhale, drawing all the way back up to neutral. Drawing those knees in, just giving them a massive hug. Slowly releasing them slightly forward. As you draw them out beside you, allowing that diamond shape to form. As we come into our cobbler's pose. So what I'd like you to do from here is either resting your hands onto your ankles, or if you can, threading them underneath and drawing them up to the front of your feet. Inhale, finding length. As you exhale, releasing your torso forward. As you engage into Baddha Konasana, just surrendering to you and surrendering to all the experiences and memories that you've had in this lifetime. All that magic, all that color. Just immersing yourself in the energies that surround you right now, yours, and all that comes through the elemental fragments of nature. Maybe the trees, the flowers, the grass, the wind, the clouds, the sun, the moon. Just holding here for 1 more. And your next inhale, drawing all the way back up through to center. Extending your feet forward. Inhale, right leg in. Threading the left leg underneath. We're going to come into a variation of Marichyasana. So what I'd like you to do is inhale, right arm all the way up. As you exhale, drawing yourself all the way around as we come into a bind. Left hand around, connecting right hand, left hand. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, release, drawing all the way down towards the earth. I'm holding here for 2 more. Inhale, drawing up through center. Drawing right leg forward and left. This time bringing left knee in, threading right underneath. I'm going to draw right arm all the way up as you inhale. Slowly drawing down, exhale, wrapping it around your knee, drawing right hand all the way around, connecting right to left, drawing through that beautiful hook. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, deepening, drawing forward towards the earth. Holding here for 2 more. And your next inhalation, drawing all the way back up to center, extending your feet forward. Coming into Dandasana, finding length through your spine. Just making sure that you're activating those calves to slightly raise those heels a little bit off the ground. Just entertaining that feeling. Slowly rolling your calves from side to side as you see that bit of magic flow through your hips. Excellent. Okay, drawing our hands to heart center. We're going to hold it for 5. Inhale. Just listening to that oceanic sound from your Ujjayi breathing now. As you start to imagine the synchronicity of the ocean ebb and flow coming at you, rolling over your feet, drawing back in, racing away from you. Holding here for 3 more. Slowly on your next exhalation, drawing your hands back down to the earth, crisscrossing the legs. Slowly rolling over your legs, planting your hands, stepping right, stepping left. Slowly drawing up to downward facing dog. Just taking a moment to work into those places and areas that need a little bit of attention right now. Just walking your dog out. Just rolling over your toes. Just drawing those hips from side to side as you start to acclimatize to your place of peace, your place of serenity. Slowly looking up to the top of your mat, walking your feet all the way to the front, making sure that your big toes are touching. Slowly allowing those knees to lock, drawing your hands towards your elbows as you come into ragdoll, and just moving from side to side. Slowly releasing your arms all the way down. And then your next inhalation, vertebra by vertebra, drawing all the way up, allowing your head to hang heavy, coming up as slow and as mindfully as possible. And resetting into Tadasana. Beautiful. Slowly drawing your hands all the way up. What I want you to do is release over to the left hand side. Just drawing your gaze all the way up towards your hands. Holding here for 3. Just imagining how this journey has been curved through so many corners, through so many sharp lefts, through so many short rides. Holding here for one more breath cycle. Inhale back up to center. Exhale over towards the right hand side. Gaze all the way up towards your fingertips. As you allow yourself to move and draw through these beautiful directions that you've created through your compass, through your GPS. Hold in here for one more. Inhale, drawing back up to center, releasing your hands beside you. Inhale, drawing your hands all the way up. Uttanasana, releasing your hands down towards the earth. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, releasing your hands. Stepping left, stepping right, dropping knees, chest and chin, releasing forward, baby cobra. Hands connected, toes tucked, seat to heel, downward facing dog. Holding here for one. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Walking your feet all the way up towards the front of your mat. Coming up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drawing your hands all the way up towards the heavens. Exhale, drawing back through center, coming back into Tadasana. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Drawing your hands down, stepping right foot, stepping left foot, holding high plank. Dropping knees, chest and chin. Blowing up into baby cobra. Tucking toes. Drawing your seat to heel. Coming up into down dog. Holding here for one. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Walking your feet all the way forward. Connecting big toes, coming up to your halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweeping your hands all the way up. Coming back to Urdhva Tadasana and drawing back into Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping those arms all the way up, drawing your gaze towards the stars as you exhale and release back to Mother Earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, releasing your hands, stepping left foot, stepping right foot, holding high plank, dropping knees, chest and chin, flowing up, baby cobra, tucking toes, releasing seat to heel, downward facing dog. Holding here for one breath cycle. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Walking your feet all the way forward. Connecting big toes. Holding halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sweeping those arms all the way up. Drawing hands through heart center. Releasing back into Tadasana. Just taking a moment to take in a deep inhale. Exhale, release and let it go. Inhale, drawing those hands all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, releasing your hands down to the earth. Stepping right foot, stepping left foot, holding high plank. We're going to roll through our first Chaturanga Dandasana. Doing it as slow as possible, rolling over those toes, drawing those elbows down to 90, and tucking toes. Coming up into upward facing dog. Holding here for one. Exhale, release all the way back to down dog. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale, bringing it through center, tiger curl, holding it in, crunching it in. Feeling that fire, feeling that roar, just going, ah. Do your lion's breath. As you inhale, join it all the way back up to center. Exhale, placing your foot into the middle of your hands. Slowly releasing through low lunge. Holding here for 2. Inhale, releasing your right leg all the way back up. As you exhale, bringing it towards your right elbow. Holding here for 1. Inhale, back up to 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bringing it forward, placing it between your hands. Releasing all the way up, high lunge. Holding here for 2. Just drawing that gaze forward. As you exhale, hands down towards the mat. Right leg all the way up, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bringing it towards your left elbow. Holding here for 1. Exhale, release all the way up, 3-legged dog. Holding for 1. As you exhale, bringing it through, placing it between your hands. Grounding back foot to 45. Drawing those hips up, squaring them up. Warrior 1. Holding here for 1 more breath cycle. As you exhale, placing your hands down towards the earth. Stepping right foot all the way back up. As you exhale, bringing it back to down dog. Holding here for 2 breath cycles. Slowly looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, join those arms all the way up. Releasing your hands through heart center. Coming back to neutral. Deep inhale. Feeling that flow of that air, that synchronistic vibe that starts at one place, ends at the other, and goes over, all over, again and again and again. Inhale. Exhale, release those hands down to the earth. Coming up to halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, releasing your hands down. This time we're going to step left foot back, then right foot. Mindfully flying through Chaturanga Dandasana, as slow as possible. Coming up to upward facing dog, holding here for 1. Exhale, release back to down dog. Using the left leg this time. Inhale, all the way up. As you exhale, tiger crunch in. Holding here for 1. Exhale, release all the way back up. 3-legged dog. Your next exhale, bringing it through. Placing it between your hands. Holding low lunge for 2. Your next inhale, drawing left leg all the way back up. 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, bringing it towards your left elbow. Holding here for 1. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, placing it between your hands, coming up into your high lunge. Making sure that that front knee is at 90. You're locking your right knee. Holding here for 1 more breath cycle. Exhale, releasing your hands down to the earth. Stepping left foot all the way back up towards the heavens. Holding here for 1. Your next exhale,
Bringing your left knee to your right elbow, holding here for 1. Inhale, back up to three-legged dog. Exhale, placing it between your feet, rounding backwards to 45. Coming up into Virabhadrasana 1, on the opposite side for 2. Exhale, releasing your hands down to the earth. Stepping left foot all the way back up. Releasing it back to down dog, holding here for 2. And the next inhalation, looking up to the top of your mat. You're jumping, stepping forward. Coming up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, releasing those hands all the way up towards the heavens. Coming back to heart center. Resetting back into Tadasana. Just like when we took baby steps, we took a lot longer when we took them. The further and further we flowed through this journey, the quicker we took them, the quicker we take them. The faster we run, the faster we walk. So we're going to roll through that again now. We're going to go through it a little bit more quicker. So just taking a second, taking a moment, and most importantly, taking a breath. Exhale, sign it all out. One more deep inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Okay, we're going to flow again. We're going to flow with fire. We're going to flow with our beautiful inner being. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Releasing those hands. Stepping right foot, stepping left foot. Rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Slow, slow, slow. A little bit slower. Coming up to upward facing dog, holding here for 1. Releasing back to down. Inhale, right leg all the way up. Exhale, tiger curl, in. Exhale, all the way back up. Slowly bringing it forward, placing it between your hands. Holding here for 1, low lunge. On your next inhale, right leg all the way back up. Exhale, towards right elbow. Holding for 1. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, placing it between your hands. High lunge. Release your hands. Drawing the right leg all the way back up. Exhale. Left elbow. Inhale. All the way back up. Exhale, ground. Back foot to 45. Warrior 1. Exhale, release. Drawing right leg all the way back up. Releasing back to down dog. So you're looking up to the top of your mat. You're jumping and stepping forward. Coming up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drawing those hands all the way up. Releasing those hands through your center line. Coming back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Coming up to halfway lift. Releasing your hands. Stepping right foot, stepping left. Slow Chaturanga Dandasana. Slower than before. Upward facing dog. Releasing back to down. Inhale, left leg all the way up. Exhale, tiger cold through center. Inhale, all the way back up. Exhale, place in between, low lunge. One breath. Inhale, join it all the way back up. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Inhale, all the way back up to center. Exhale, through the middle. Coming up into a high lunge, releasing those arms. Drawing them up towards the heavens. As you exhale, releasing them back down. Left leg all the way back up. Exhale. Left knee to the right elbow. Inhale all the way back up to center. Exhale through the middle, ground. Back foot 45. Warrior one on the opposite side. Exhale, releasing your hands down. Right foot all the way up. So left foot. Join it back down to center. Looking up to the top of your mat. Either jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, releasing those arms all the way back up. And coming back to center. Taking a moment to close your eyes as you start to feel and engage into the faster pace of this journey. Pace we've become accustomed to, the pace that the universe has started to slow down. Just draw into that beat, draw into that BPM, and feel that beautiful motion of your heart telling you you are alive, you are free, and you are full of all the potential. Deep inhale, and exhale, just sighing it all out. Slowly, I want you to open up into a wide-legged stance. Slowly bending into the right knee, releasing the left hand down into the mat as you slowly open up your right arm. Exhale, release right, open left. Releasing left, opening right. Releasing right, opening left. Inhale, coming back up to center. Drawing into the left knee this time. Placing left arm into the middle, opening up. Exhale, release, opening left. Left hand down, right hand up. Going down to the earth. Opening up. Releasing out. One more time. Slowly coming back up to neutral. Releasing your knees out. Drawing your toes up off the mat. Bringing your hands behind you. Interlacing. Drawing them down towards your buttocks. Popping your chest out. Holding here for 5 minutes. Just maximizing through your Jaya breathing, feeling that chest come in, feeling that chest pop out. Four and a half minutes to go. 4 minutes left. Inhale. I know, I was joking. Coming back up to center, locking those knees, taking your hands towards your hips. Inhale, finding length. And as you exhale, releasing all the way over, coming into Uttanasana, releasing your hands down to the earth, allowing your head to hang heavy. Allowing your elbows to flop out. Holding here for one more. And the next inhale, drawing your hands towards your hips as you slowly bring torso all the way back up. Resetting at the top of your mat back into Tadasana. Inhale, drawing all the way up. Exhale, fold. Coming up to halfway lift. Releasing your hands down to the earth. Either jumping or stepping back. Holding high plank. Mindful and graceful. Extremely slow. Chaturanga Dandasana. Holding upward facing dog. Releasing back to down dog. On your next inhale, raising right leg all the way up. As you exhale, bringing it towards your chest. Opening it out wide, drawing your foot to the outer edge of the mat. As you start to find your pigeon posture. Just making sure that your knee is out towards the right and your foot is out to the left. And just finding that angle that allows your body to feel comfortable. Just placing your hands into the mat as you find length through our spine. Deep inhale. And slowly allowing that exhalation to release and let go. Inhalation. Exhale, letting it go. As you slowly let go, releasing your torso down towards the earth, extending your arms forward, drawing your forehead to the mat. As you engage into this beautiful feeling of letting go and being a part of your journey, being a part of everything that needs to be. Holding here for one more. Next inhale, just popping yourself back up. Pressing into those hands. Tucking left foot, releasing right foot all the way back up. And slowly bringing it down, back to down dog. Just rolling out what you need to roll out. Inhale, left leg all the way up. As you exhale, bringing it towards your chest. Knee towards the left, foot towards the right. Finding your perfect diagonal angle. Finding length as we allow the process to flow, to let go. On your next inhale, drawing up. And exhale, slowly letting go. Releasing your hands forward, drawing your forehead to meet the mat. Holding here for 2 more. And your next inhale, propping yourself all the way back up. Making sure that those fingers are spread out as far as possible. Tucking into your right toe. And slowly releasing left leg all the way up. Staying in it all the way back down. Coming back into your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Flowing forward towards your high plank. You're going to hover, so rolling over your toes, back and forth, back and forth. Finding that freedom in your ankles right now as well. Just rolling through this 2 more rounds. And slowly on your next exhale, I want you to release your whole torso all the way down towards the mat. Slow as you can. Beautiful. On your next inhale, I want you to bring your feet all the way up, connecting your hands to the outer edges of your feet, drawing them towards your buttocks. Inhale, drawing your chest up. Exhale, release. Just feeling those shoulders on the sides of your mat now. So just picking up one, dropping it down, picking up the other side, dropping it down. Inhale, head up, and drawing those shoulders away from your ears as you exhale, bringing them back down. Inhale, head, shoulders back up as they peel away, and release. You're going to come into a full bow posture right now. On your next inhale, drawing up through your chest, releasing your feet, drawing your hands all the way up. Just rocking over your hips. Just feeling that beautiful synchronization of that full circle, your circle of life. Holding up for 2 more. Coming up as far as you can. And as you exhale, releasing your whole body down, bringing your hands in front of you to cushion and create a pillow. Just shake those hips out. And slowly on your next inhalation, rolling over onto your back. We're going to take a moment to integrate. We're going to come into shoulder stand. Slowly drawing your feet up onto your mat. Pressing them together, releasing over into Vinyasa Flow pose. Tucking those shoulders under, releasing those hands behind your back as you create your structure, create your foundation. And slowly releasing those legs all the way back up. Just drawing your gaze towards your navel or your feet. And slowly, when you're ready, drawing your knees down, coming into deaf man's pose. Releasing your knees, drawing them all the way back out into Alasana. Slowly preparing your hands, placing them down into the mat as you release. Slowly out of the posture. Slowly propping yourself back up onto your elbows. Extending your feet forward, pointing them forward. Popping your chest all the way out as we come into Vinyasa fish posture. Inhale and slowly exhale, releasing your chest all the way up, drawing your head all the way back. Slowly on your next inhale, drawing your head all the way back up to neutral. Popping your hands all the way back up. Just bringing your knees into chest. Just giving yourself a massive hug. Drawing your head into your knees. As we just take a moment to acknowledge the beautiful creation of the journey that we have had, the journey that we are having, and the journey that we will have. We started out small, we grew bigger, we flourished with all the nourishment that we've allowed ourselves. And in this moment now, all we ask for is more growth, more flourishment, and more nourishment. May the synchronicity flow. May it be there. May it guide us. And may it take us to a new level. Your next inhale, slowly drawing back out, extending your feet forward, drawing your hands in front of you, and using your core, slowly releasing all the way down. Extending your feet outwards, placing your hands beside you, palms facing up or down. As you come into your final posture in Shavasana, just taking a moment to allow your body to melt away into the mat, releasing your breath.
as in this present moment in our practice, we've reached our final form. Through all the beautiful synchronicity, through our breath, through our movement, through our intention, we find space, we find hope, we find faith that we've moved along in this journey all the way back there, all the way now, right here. Remember who you are. For everything that you are is everything that you will be in this time, tomorrow's time, and for the future line that draws from you, wherever you are meant to be. Remember who you are. You are meant to be. You are free. You are whole. Remember who you are. You were born free. You are meant to be free. You are free. Remember who you are. May the peace reside. May the tranquility flow. May the calm forever be. Remember who you are. You are one. You are united. You are part of the universe. As we gently reinvigorate our soul, our body and mind, gently finding a little bit more rhythm through your fingers, a little bit more through your toes, through your wrists, through your ankles. Drawing in a deep inhale, stretching those arms overhead, stretching those feet forward, and just sighing it all out. Inhale, bringing your knees to chest, engaging in a massive hug filled with light, love, and magic. As you slowly roll over onto the right-hand side, Just coming into your fetal posture, resting your head on your bicep, and just allowing your left hand to connect with your mat. Just join into this beautiful moment of gratitude from me to you, from you and I to our practice, to our place, to our flow, to our synchronicity. As you slowly prop yourself back up into a seated position, drawing your hands to heart center. As we start to tune in to that beat, our heartbeat, just feeling that movement on our chest, and knowing that this moment was meant to be. This moment is where we are meant to be. And from this moment, we will move to where we are meant to be. May your day be filled with light. May it be filled with all the magic. May it surround you with all the beautiful energies from this beautiful practice. We're going to close our class with a chant of Om. Inhale for Om. Thank you so much for allowing me to teach you today. From my heart to yours, thank you. Namaste.